This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. We're down at the Golden Contract press conference today ahead of the tournament quarterfinals Friday. With me, Leigh Wood. Leigh, how are you?
Brilliant, thank you.
Now, talk to me about entering this tournament. Everyone up here seems to think they've got the beating of everybody. Everybody seems to be very keen to have jumped in. How fast did you accept when you heard about this?
As soon as I knew the British title was in here, I kind of wanted to get it straight away. I wasn't too sure if my one of my best friends and flatmate Jordan Gill was going to go in it or not, so I had to. I said we wouldn't fight each other, so one of us would have had to do rock paper scissors to who goes in. But I got the nod, and yeah, that's when I found out what was happening, and I couldn't wait to be a part of it.
Now, I just want to talk to you about your preparation for this. It's a very unique sort of tournament, as we're speaking off camera. The whole thing is, quite frankly, bizarre compared to what we're used to. How have you prepared for 7 different opponents going into this tournament on Friday with so much on the line in terms of, you know, your financial future, etc.?
Well, first of all, yeah, it's a great tournament to be part of. Thank you for MTK for the opportunity and building this great tournament. You know, what a great idea. It takes the politics out of boxing, people avoiding people, there's no running, there's no hiding. How do you prepare? Well, I think what stands me in good stead is being at the Ingold Gym for so long, being under the Brendan Ingold regime. Like, for example, people don't know, like, we used to spar like 8 or 9 people, 10 rounds, and you change every minute, different styles, different weights, and you've got to adapt really fast, or else you're going to get hurt. So that will stand me in good stead, how fast I adapt. You know, I found out my opponent yesterday, and I've now got more time than I need.
A lot of heads turned when you picked Davey Oliver, Joyce. Talk to me about your decision.
I'm still getting a lot of messages, a lot of tweets, and you know, I said in the press conference and a few other interviews that people, I could have picked an easier fight. I could have picked the Spanish kid. I think he's an easier fight, Ramos. I could have picked the Mexican fellow who's unknown, but I believe it's an easier fight. Going back to Nottingham after beat one of them kids and going through to the semi-final, it's kind of underwhelming. No one knew who they were. It wouldn't have been great. Whereas I beat second favourite with the bookies, a great amateur, a very good fighter indeed, ranked top 10 with the WBO European champion. I'm going to go back to Nottingham, a hero. That's another reason I picked him. Also, I believe I beat him. I believe out of them 4 he's one of the best, and for me, he's made for my style.
What are the flaws you've seen that make you sure you overcome someone? You talked about the world ranking, the amateur pedigree. What are the weaknesses that you've spotted that made you make that choice as well?
No weaknesses. It's not really about him, it's about me. It's about me being the best I can be, me taking away what he's good at, not exploiting what he's bad at. I know what he's good at, I know what he likes to do, and I need to take that straight away from him from the first spell. How do you prepare for someone like me? How do you prepare for someone that can punch, that is really fit, that can adapt and switch and hit with both hands? How do you prepare for someone like that? He's going to have to answer these questions, I'm not.
Now, you mentioned there it's more about you than your opponent. You just believe you're the better man. Every man up here has told us that they believe they're going to win this tournament. Obviously, otherwise they wouldn't have entered. That said, do you believe David is the toughest opponent you can face in this tournament?
I think out of the 4 that I picked, I think he is, yeah. Obviously, there's going to be 7 liars coming up, isn't there? But no, I believe out of the 4 I picked, he's probably the best kid. And that's probably why I'm going to get the most satisfaction beating him. But yeah, like I said though, I'm not expecting an easy fight. People think, oh, I picked him, he thinks he's got an easy fight. I don't think I've got an easy fight. I prepared for an hard fight, you know. I've worked my arse off this whole camp, and if I wanted an easy fight, I wouldn't have come in this tournament. I'd have picked an easier route. I'd have defended my title in Nottingham, where I sell a lot of tickets and fill out the ice arena. And, you know, that's not me. That's not what I'm about. That's not what my city's about, and that's why I picked a kid like this, so they can all enjoy the fight.
Okay, Leigh, as we're speaking about off camera, I'm sure the last thing you want to be doing when you're making weight, etc., is standing here talking to me, as I said to you. However, I'll leave the final word to you. I'm sure it'll be an unbelievable atmosphere Friday night, plenty of people tuning in on Sky Sports. What do we see from yourself? Yeah, you know, I'm in a good place with the weight and everything, so I'm happy now. I'm happy I can see the finishing line for the scales and the fights on Friday, so I'm in a really good place. I'm excited, very excited, and you know what to expect from me. Look back through my last few fights, you know, none of my title fights have gone the distance. I think there's been 5 or 6, never gone the distance. So you know what to expect from me, and enjoy the fight. All right, best of luck. Thank you very much.